Hi there, tech people. It's Sean Walker, your host of Adapter TechX, and it's great to have you back for another show where we tackle the trends that are in travel, tourism, and hospitality. We're about to talk about how the travel industry is going to actually disrupt itself. This amazing company that is been formed to aggregate the thinking within the space, Chain4Travel, is probably changing the conversation as it's never been changed. So if I might ask you, Anke, if you can give us the headline, what does Chain4Travel do? And then you got this thing called Camino that is a product, I think. But you know, the most important thing is what's the mission of Chain4Travel?
So first of all, Sean, thanks for having us for this shorter version. And Chain4Travel is facilitating the Camino blockchain, a consortium blockchain that is ultimately managed and governed by the travel stakeholder in the future. So we are kind of helping with the birth of this blockchain. And what is important to know is it's really a mainnet, a blockchain dedicated to the travel industry, which fixes a lot of problems that we have today. Main feature of blockchain technology is a peer-to-peer network. So we are on Camino, you would be working in a peer-to-peer network, having access to other peers directly, which changes a whole lot. Everybody has the same information, and the peers all together agree on transactions and then blocks of transactions.
Just so our audience gets this, basically, we could have an airline talking to Uber, and their
that would be possible.
That'd be possible, right? We could actually have a hotel company talking to a train company, and all of it done in this really sophisticated but simplified environment. Am I getting that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the beauty about a travel blockchain, that you would have the whole diversity of travel players in one place, and the opportunity based on the infrastructure Camino that we are building and developing to develop a whole world of decentralized applications for clients.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, again, grabbing from our conversation of the extended podcast that you can find on all of the usual sources like Spotify and YouTube and Apple and all those places. Daniel, you likened it to the beginning of the internet.
Yes, I like to use the beginning of the internet to explain where we are with the blockchain technology today. It's something new. It's something really disruptive. It's something really, really big that can change not only some industries, but is going to change the world. And tourism, as being a large part of the world, is going to change as well.
And so when we think about what you're doing and what you're both doing and the company is doing, it's been started by the community for the community, right? Either
Exactly.
payment engines, and saw this big vision, and of course, I also learned during this that maybe the founders happened to know that you were doing a PhD, Anke, and clearly got the idea from your masters. Not that they, just for the record, Daniel did not say that. I'm saying it. Clearly, these ideas have been floating around, and now it's actually going to happen, and it is happening, to unite and make it easy for an individual to book a string of travel experiences and be able to settle and just pay, and possibly pay with, you know, a digital coin, or still use a credit card probably in some form or other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So, but will we see this as travelers? Will we see this as a user? Will it pop up and say powered by Chain4Travel, or is this something? Would that ever happen? Do you think?
I think at the beginning, the end user will not know that there's a blockchain in the back end. But what will gradually happen is, hey, you want some incentive, you want a voucher that you can redeem on your destination, or would you like to get some loyalty points from me? If so, here's the button, please click that, open your Camino wallet or create your Camino wallet, and then the user is in that new universe, as you named it in the longer version. So this will gradually happen, right? The whole world is learning about crypto and blockchain technology, And slowly but steady, I think every human being on this planet is going to have a crypto wallet, and every traveler on this world is going to have a Camino wallet.
And when you both think about this big leap, and you have to get supporters, right? You're calling them supporters. How are you going out and do you have to convince these supporters to say, look at this, or do you have overwhelming interest or curiosity in what you're doing?
First, there's curiosity, of course. I mean, everybody was speaking about blockchain already, and it doesn't have always the best image. But then, I mean, as you know, the pain points in travel, we get to talk about the pain points, and for that might be different for every player, and with a different priority. So that's really exciting to see, and really great conversations that we have around use cases. And sometimes we are talking to a potential partner, and we didn't even think of that possibility for a use case. That's great, and that's the creativity of the collective intelligence in the community. And I really like that, because we can expand on that and build a great ecosystem on top of Camino to advance the travel industry.
So as we kind of wrap up the essence of this, because we want to make everybody go listen to the extended podcast, when you're thinking about the 2 or 3 elements that are the most important that are coming out of this revolution, as you're labeling, is what would they be that people need to walk away and say, if you're curious about Chain4Travel, these are the 3 reasons why you should jump on the site chain4travel.com and learn more. What would be the 2 or 3 reasons to do that? Daniel, you want to take that?
Yeah, number 1 reason would be it's a chance for the travel industry to come together and govern their fate together as a group. This is number 1, right? We are going away from the oligopolic structure that we have today with a couple of very, very large companies, and we are moving more towards a decentralized, more democratic way of doing business in the travel industry. That's part number 1. Part number 2, or point 2, is the technicality of doing business in tourism today is very fragmented. I have to connect to numerous APIs. It's cumbersome, it's long, a lot of paper contracts are involved in that work. We have the chance to get rid of all of that. Buying B2B or performing a B2B transaction on Camino will be possible within, let's say, 2 clicks, right? But we have the chance to not have lengthy onboarding or due diligence services, because you can easily try. If it's nothing, go to the next provider, and you have not done some IT project to onboard some API. And reason number 3, when the internet was invented, no one knew where this was leading. But we have seen amazing business models, amazing things that have been invented in this new space for mankind, right? A little bit smaller, tourism industry. We will see a lot of innovation.
That's fantastic. So as we wrap up here and say thanks to you both, I mean, this was a snippet again. Thanks again for your time, Daniel and Anke. It's been, I think, just the tip of the iceberg, and I'm sure we'll be having many more conversations on this. So thank you both. So as we think about the next steps here, one is get curious. Think about this as the removal of the oligarchs, and it becomes democratized, where the industry actually governs itself in many respects, as I understand the platform as it evolves. And then finally, think of those 3 steps that Daniel highlighted at the end, and really spend some time on what Anke spoke about at the top end of the show, about how this works and what is the product, because it's going to take a while for everybody to get their heads around it. This is one of those shows that I think we'll look back at in the years to come and go, it was happening here. So again, see you next week. More to follow from ATX.